Not yet. She's only 42, which, okay, when she was 12 seemed like 1 foot over the threshold into God's waiting room, but now living it is an age that makes her feel no different than she always has. She's 12, she's 21, she's 33. She's all the ages at the same time. But she isn't aging, not in her heart, not in her mind's eye. She's peering at her face in the TV, wiping at the damp strands of hair on her forehead, when the doorbell rings. After a series of home invasions 2 years back in the summer of '72, the housing authority sprang for peepholes in the doors. Mary Pat looks through hers now to see Brian Shea in the mint green corridor, his arms full of sticks. Like most of the people who work for Marty Butler, Brian dresses neater than a deacon. No long hair or bandit mustaches for the Butler crew. No mutton chop sideburns or flared pants or elevated shoes. Definitely no paisley or tie-dye. Brian Shea dresses like someone from a decade earlier. White t-shirt under a navy blue barracuda. The barracuda jacket, navy blue, tan, or occasionally brown, is a staple of Butler crew guys. They wear it even on days like today, when the mercury approaches 80 at 9 a.m. They swap it out in the winter for top coats or leather car coats with thick wool lining, but come spring they all bring the barracudas back out of the closet on the same day. Brian's cheeks are shaved close, his blonde hair cut tight in a crew cut, and he wears off-white chinos and scuffed black ankle boots with zippers on the sides. Brian has eyes the color of Windex. They sparkle and glint at her with an air of mild presumption, like he knows the things she thinks she keeps hidden. And those things amuse him. "Mary Pat," he says, "how are you?" She can picture her hair, splayed, sodden on her head like congealed spaghetti, can feel every splotch on her skin. "Power's out, Brian. How are you?" "Marty's working on the power," he says. "He's made some calls." She glances at the thin slats of wood in his arms. "Help you with those?" "That'd be great." He turns them in his arms and stands the pile upright beside her door. "They're for the signs." She seems to remember spilling beer on her tank top last night and wonders if the scent of stale Miller High Life is being picked up by Brian Shea. "What signs?" "For the rally. Tim G. will be by with them shortly." She places the slats in the umbrella bucket just inside her door. They share a space with the lone umbrella with the broken rib. "The rally's happening?" "Friday. We're taking it right to City Hall Plaza. Making some noise, Mary Pat, just like we promised. We're going to need the whole neighborhood." "Of course," she says. "I'll be there." He hands her a stack of leaflets. "We're asking folks to pass these out before noon today. You know, before it gets crazy hot." He uses the side of his hand to wipe at sweat trickling down his smooth cheek. "Though it might be too late for that." She takes the leaflets, glances at the top one. "Boston's under siege. Join all concerned parents and proud members of the South Boston community for a march to end judicial dictatorship on Friday, August 30th at City Hall Plaza. 12 noon sharp. No busing, never. Resist. Boycott." "We're asking everyone to cover specific blocks. We'd like you to cover..." Brian reaches into his barracuda, comes back with a list, runs his finger down it. "Ah, like you to cover Mercer between 8th and Dorchester Street, and Telegraph to the park. And then, yeah, all the houses ring in the park." "That's a lot of doors." "It's for the cause, Mary Pat." Any time the Butler crew comes around with their hands out, what they're really offering is protection. But they never exactly call it that. They wrap it in a noble motive. The IRA, the starving children in wherever the fuck, families of veterans. Some of the money might even end up there.